If you're a veteran viewer of this channel, you know my favorite way of sculpting: aluminum foil, hot glue and air drying Sculpey. I was just making a ball out of some old aluminum foil when I realized how especially octopus arms lend themselves to this process, because you can bend the foil into all these crazy poses, and in contrast to a wire armature, you then already have all the actual body mass and just need to do a thin coat of Sculpey. So I twisted 8 foil sausages and glued them to the ball. Any sculpt that doesn't have any obvious way of standing, of course some kind of stand or armature is needed. I used a heavy piece of plywood and a coat hanger. Then I bent my little arms into all kinds of curly positions. I had this very old, very hard Sculpey left, so I tried to soften it again by adding water, because this one is water based, and it became this mushy paste, but I didn't want to throw it away and used it anyway, and it actually worked really well. I had no idea what octopus eyes looked like, and looking at some images I found out that they actually have the same kinds of eyes as goats, and I found some wooden beads that already looked kind of like those eyes. I recently borrowed a 3D pen in order to find out if I should get one myself, but I didn't just want to make something with a pen that you could make in a different way, more efficiently. I wanted to wait and find a task that really lends itself to this tool. And when I started working on this octopus, I thought, yeah, finally, this is it, because cutting out a bunch of tiny circles from whatever material and gluing them on the arms would be exhausting. So with the 3D pen, in theory, I should be able to quote unquote glue them directly on top. But in order to do that, I have to give the arms an extra layer of acrylic paint, because the white canvas primer I used wasn't plasticky enough for the pen filament to stick to. But now that seems to work. My little suction cups stick pretty well to this paint. Now I prime all my octopus with matte grey house paint. then I mix my real octopus color from a lot of different colors until I get this jar that looks like the surface of Jupiter, and then I dry brush it all over, spare out the eyes of course, and I don't work too evenly. I want different areas to leave different amounts of gray visible. For the underside of the arms I created a bit of a different effect with multiple airbrush passes, but all that color stuff is up to your desires of course. I was a little wary about what kind of coating to give my octopus, because in its natural environment it isn't shiny of course because it's surrounded by water, but if you get it out of the water it would look wet and therefore a little glossy, but I neither wanted it to look out of its real habitat or completely matte, but luckily I had the exact right stuff for that. A matte finish that when applied pretty thick gets a bit shiny but not too crazy glassy shiny. I wish the 3D pen could print a little slower. I found it a bit hard to control the path you're going along when filament just keeps shooting out. But other than that, it really was the right tool for the job. But here's my finished octopus. I really like how it turned out. Have fun making everyone, and see you soon.